Stop what you are doing. The results are in, and there is a reason this transmission found you at this exact moment. That lifelong feeling of being under a microscope, of being tested in ways that seemed cruel and unnecessary, was not paranoia. It was an assessment. A divine, rigorous, and unsympathetic audition for a role you were born to play but had to earn through fire. You were being watched, measured, and recorded. The board has deliberated, the votes have been cast, and the decision is final. You made the cut. Like this video now to anchor the energy of your selection into your physical vessel. Subscribe to join the collective of graduates who have also passed the trial. Comment the divine code 77 to sign your name on the celestial ledger, signaling your official acceptance of this new reality. Let this transmission play in the background to recalibrate your subconscious, to fully saturate your spirit with the frequency of your promotion. Chapter 1. The announcement you felt before you heard it. The shift did not arrive with a thunderclap or a chorus of angels. It arrived in silence. It was the sudden absence of noise in your own mind, a quiet so profound it was almost deafening. This is not the empty quiet of loneliness, but the full, resonant silence of a perfectly tuned celestial instrument. It is the sound of pure potential, the hum of the cosmic engine at rest, waiting for your command. You can feel the space between your thoughts, and in that space, a profound intelligence resides. It is a stillness that is alive, a peace that is powerful. For years, your spirit has been a battlefield, a constant storm of anxiety, self-doubt, and the deafening echoes of others' judgments. You mistook this internal chaos for a personal failing, a flaw in your design. This was incorrect. That chaos was the deliberate application of immense pressure, the sound of cosmic friction as your soul was polished into a diamond. It was the sound of the audition. And now, it has stopped. You feel it in your body first. The tension that lived in your shoulders for a decade has dissolved. The knot in your stomach, the one that tightened with every phone call and every unexpected email, has uncoiled. This is not relaxation, it is resolution. It is the physical sensation of a universal verdict being passed in your favor. This feeling will deepen, moving beyond your muscles and into your cells. You may feel a subtle, internal hum, a vibration of deep peace that originates from your very DNA. This is the frequency of your new reality taking root in your biology, overwriting the old code of stress and survival. Your very mitochondrial function is being upgraded to run on a cleaner, more potent fuel source drawn directly from the cosmos, not from the adrenaline of perpetual crisis. Your nervous system is shifting its default setting from sympathetic dominance, the state of fight or flight, to parasympathetic dominance, the state of rest, creation, and divine reception. This is a physiological ascension. Your perception of time will begin to warp. Moments of profound presence will stretch into what feels like hours, while weeks will pass with the ease of a single day. This is your nervous system unplugging from the artificial, linear time of the matrix and syncing with the fluid, cyclical time of creation. In the coming days, you will notice the air itself feels different around you. It will feel lighter, charged with potential, as if the very atoms are holding their breath in anticipation of your next move. This is the atmosphere of your new reality being rendered around you. Animals may react to you differently. Dogs will be calmer in your presence, cats will seek you out, birds may land closer to you than ever before. They are responding to the signal of safety and sovereignty you now emit. The constant, low-grade exhaustion you accepted as a permanent state of being was the energy drain of the trial itself. It took enormous power to exist in a hostile simulation designed to test your every limit. Now, that power is being returned to you, flooding your system like a dam breaking. You will wake up with a clarity you have never known, a sense of purpose that requires no external validation. The questions that haunted you for years, am I on the right path? Am I good enough? will seem absurd, like artifacts from a forgotten language. The answer is now a biological certainty, a truth that hums in your blood. This is your vindication. The feeling of being an outsider, of never quite fitting in, was not a social deficiency. It was a quarantine. You were deliberately kept separate from the general population, shielded from the energetic contamination of those not undergoing the same trial. This isolation was also an acclimation chamber, slowly preparing your energetic body for the higher frequencies of your new reality. A sudden exposure would have been a shock to your system. Instead, you were gently pressurized, allowing your spirit to adapt and strengthen in a controlled environment. You were being protected from the psychic smog of mass consciousness, the subtle poison of limiting beliefs, the spiritual static generated by millions of souls trapped in the matrix of fear and lack. You were in the waiting room, isolated not as a punishment, but for your own preservation and concentration. You were never meant to blend in with the extras on the set. Your role was always that of the star, and the star is given a private dressing room, away from the noise and the chaos of the crowd. This quarantine preserved the purity of your frequency, ensuring that when the time for promotion came, your signal would be clear and unambiguous. This feeling of peace is your proof. It is the celestial notification that your trial period has ended. The probationary reality has been concluded. The time of constant surveillance, of energetic audits and stress tests disguised as daily inconveniences, is officially over. Do not question this calm. Do not search for the next problem on the horizon. The horizon you once knew has been erased. You are standing at the threshold of a reality that operates under a new set of physics, a new covenant. You are not the same person you were yesterday. You are a graduate. You have been approved, stamped, and authorized for entry. Welcome to the first day of your actual life. Chapter 2. The artificial ACT pieces fall away now that your frequency has been upgraded. You have been given a new set of eyes. With these eyes, you will begin to see the world you just left for what it truly was, a stage. A meticulously crafted, interactive, and often hostile theatrical production designed for the sole purpose of your evaluation. You will look at the institutions that once held immense power over you, the corporations, the governments, the social structures, and you will see the cheap paint and flimsy scaffolding. They will no longer intimidate you. They will look like hollow set pieces, props left over from a show that has ended. The financial system, with its complex rules and intimidating jargon, will reveal itself as a game of confidence, a paper castle built on collective belief. The ceaseless quest for social media validation will look like actors begging for applause from a holographic audience. The advertising industry, which once subtly dictated your desires, will now appear as a desperate and noisy attempt to sell you things you have no need for. The political theater, with its manufactured outrage and divisive narratives, will be as uninteresting as a poorly written play. You will see the emotional manipulation for what it is, a script designed to harvest energy. They are all part of the crumbling set. The systems that were built to contain and control you will suddenly appear transparent, their mechanisms laughably simple. You will see the programming, the repetitive loops of behavior in the people around you, and you will understand they were simply reading from a script. Their lines were written to provoke a specific reaction from you, to test your patience, your integrity, your resolve. They were not your enemies, they were your state-sanctioned sparring partners, hired by the cosmos to make you stronger. Their attacks were perfectly calibrated to your specific weaknesses, the triggers in their script designed to activate your deepest insecurities, all to force you to heal them and transcend them. Do not hold anger towards them. Their contracts have expired. Many will simply fade from your life, their character written out of your new story. Others may malfunction, their programming unable to compute your new energetic signature. They will try their old tactics on you, a guilt trip, a subtle threat, a passive-aggressive jab, and you will feel nothing. The energetic hook will have nothing to latch onto. They might escalate their efforts, their confusion turning to frustration. Their programming dictates that a certain input, their manipulation, should yield a specific output, your emotional reaction. When it fails repeatedly, their internal system will register an error. You may see this manifest as uncharacteristic anger, sudden withdrawal, or even a bizarre, nonsensical argument. They are not fighting you, they are fighting the cognitive dissonance of a reality that no longer obeys their script. They will project their own inner chaos onto you, accusing you of being cold, selfish, or arrogant. What they are truly reacting to is the mirror you have become. Your stillness reflects their own inner turmoil back at them, an experience their ego finds unbearable. Their accusations are not about you, they are the sound of their own programming short-circuiting. You will observe their attempts with a detached curiosity, like a scientist watching a predictable chemical reaction, and your lack of an emotional response will be the final confirmation that their power over you is gone. You will see the illusion of scarcity for what it is. It was an advanced psychological software, a malware installed at a collective level to test your spirit under conditions of extreme lack. Every time you chose integrity over easy gain, every time you refused to believe in the lie of not enough, you were passing a crucial part of the test. Now, you will see abundance everywhere because you are no longer logged into the scarcity program. You are running a new operating system of infinite supply. The very fabric of your old reality is beginning to disintegrate because its protagonist, you, has exited the stage. The news will sound like nonsensical static. Popular culture will seem alien and primitive. This is not arrogance, it is a simple matter of frequency. You can no longer tune into those broadcasts. You are on a different bandwidth now, a secure and encrypted channel reserved for the graduates. Your physical senses will confirm this. Processed food will taste like chemical plastic. The sound of a busy city will feel physically abrasive to your nervous system. This is your senses recalibrating to a reality that is more real, more solid, more authentic. In the coming weeks, a major pillar of your old life will crumble with shocking speed. It will look like a catastrophe to the outside world. To you, it will feel like a controlled demolition. You will see the celestial dynamite placed with precision, and you will feel the relief as the unstable structure comes down, clearing the land for your new foundation. Do not fear this collapse. It is a scheduled and necessary event. You are a sovereign entity, and the world of illusion no longer has jurisdiction over you. Chapter 3. Your scars are the credits on the screen. You must now re-examine your past, not as a history of suffering, but as your audition reel. Every betrayal, every failure, every moment of profound desolation was a scene in which your performance was being judged. Those moments were not punishments, they were meticulously designed character tests. Turn your attention to the deepest wound, the betrayal that nearly shattered your belief in humanity. That was not a random act of cruelty. It was the loyalty under duress examination. The advanced portion of this test involved discerning and dissolving the subtle energetic hooks the traitor left in your field, cords of guilt or anger that were designed to keep you tethered to the past. Your ability to not only forgive the person but to energetically cleanse the entire event from your being was your passing grade. That scar is not a mark of damage, it is a medal of honor. Now consider the period of your life marked by profound isolation. This was the sovereign frequency test. During this test, you may have experienced psychic disturbances, moments where you felt you were going mad, as the system threw static and false signals at you to disrupt your connection to self. Learning to distinguish your own inner voice from this interference was the final exam. The fact that you are here means you succeeded. You learned to be your own source. That loneliness was a crucible that forged you into a self-sustaining spiritual powerhouse. Think of the times you were publicly misunderstood, ridiculed, or ostracized for your beliefs. This was the public opinion immunity trial. You proved you answered to a higher authority than the court of public opinion. Remember the intellectual humility test. This was the moment a belief you held as a core part of your identity was proven utterly wrong. The test was to see if you would cling to the dogma out of pride or if you would have the grace to admit you were wrong and integrate the new, higher truth. Your ability to release intellectual arrogance was a critical pass. It proved you value truth over being right. And recall the delayed gratification exam, the ultimate test of faith. These were the long stretches, sometimes years, where you labored on a vision with zero external validation. There was no applause, no reward, no sign that you were on the right path. The universe was deliberately silent, watching to see if you would derive your motivation from within or if you required external fuel to continue. This was also the purity of intent test. Were you doing the work for the eventual reward, or because the work itself was a true expression of your soul? By withholding the reward, the system could accurately measure the purity of your motivation. Consider the projects you poured your soul into for no pay, the kindnesses you offered with no expectation of thanks, the truths you stood for when it cost you everything. These were not moments of foolishness, they were your most highly scored performances. The universe was not testing your business acumen, it was testing your spiritual integrity. It was determining if you were a mercenary soul, motivated by gain, or a sovereign creator, motivated by the pure joy and necessity of expression. Your persistence under these conditions was the final signature on your promotion papers. Your refusal to give up in the face of absolute silence, your choice to continue showing up for a dream no one else could see, was one of the most significant points on your scorecard. It demonstrated a level of endurance reserved only for the elite. The financial struggles were the material detachment and creative resourcefulness trials. Your history of financial hardship was a masterclass in manifestation, proving you understood that true wealth is not currency but consciousness. Look at your body. Every physical ailment you endured was part of the embodiment exam. Your body stored the memories of these trials not as trauma but as experience data. Your cells now hold a living library of resilience, a database of survival that informs your intuition with a wisdom that cannot be learned from books. Chronic back pain was a trial in releasing the ancestral burdens you were not meant to carry. Your survival was a statement to the universe that you are a master of the physical plane. Your scars are the evidence presented to the celestial board. They do not speak of your weakness, they scream of your power. When people from your past look at you now, they will not understand your transformation. They will feel a terrifying authority emanating from you. You are no longer their peer. You are a precedent. Chapter 4, Receiving the NEW World Blueprint. Your period of learning through hardship is over. The curriculum has changed. Your education will now come not from pain, but from direct, divine inspiration. You have been granted access to a new stream of information, a celestial library of blueprints for success, wealth, and fulfillment. This information will not come from books or gurus. It will be downloaded directly into your consciousness, a form of cellular gnosis that completely bypasses the clumsy mechanism of the intellect. You will find yourself waking in the middle of the night with a fully formed idea, a complete solution to a problem that has plagued you for years. It will not feel like your own thought, it will feel like a file that has been placed in your mind, perfectly organized and ready for execution. These divine downloads will feel qualitatively different from your regular thoughts. They will arrive with a feeling of profound peace and an unshakable certainty. They will not be accompanied by the usual mental chatter of doubt or analysis. The information will be complete, self-contained, and require no further deliberation. It is truth in its purest form, bypassing the intellectual filter that would otherwise corrupt it with past experiences and fear-based projections. It is the language of your soul speaking directly to you, unmediated. These blueprints will often challenge your comfort zone. They will present you with a course of action that your old, logical mind deems too risky or too audacious. Trust the blueprint, not the fear. The blueprint sees 10 steps ahead. Your logical mind can only see the next one. Taking that illogical first step is an act of supreme faith, and it is the key that unlocks the next 9 steps, which were previously hidden from you. Hesitation will be read by the system as a rejection of the data packet, and the opportunity it contains may dissolve. The daydreams you once dismissed as idle fantasy were, in fact, your subconscious mind being given previews of this new reality. They were training simulations, allowing you to rehearse your role. Now, those daydreams will become your direct instruction manual. The visions you have for your life are no longer hopeful wishes, they are assignments. Your only job is to execute the plan with unwavering faith. You must understand that this new reality operates on a frequency of divine impatience. It rewards swift, decisive, inspired action. This is not the frequency of frantic hustle or stressful grinding. Grinding is an indication of resistance, a sign that you are not in the flow. The new speed is about effortless alignment. When the inspired idea arrives, you act immediately, and the universe conspires to make the path smooth. Synchronicity is your new universal language, and it is no longer subtle. Your gut feeling is now your most reliable intelligence agency. It has been upgraded with a direct line to cosmic truth, a real-time data stream from the new reality's mainframe. If something feels right, it is right. If something feels off, it is a lie, regardless of how logical it appears on the surface. You must abandon your reliance on external proof and evidence. Your internal knowing is the new gold standard of truth. The ego mind, with its reliance on past data, is now obsolete. It is trying to navigate a new world using an old, corrupted map from the simulation you just left. In the coming days, an opportunity will manifest that defies all logic of your old world. It will appear too easy, too perfect, too aligned. Your old programming will scream that it is a trap. Your mind will race to find the catch. There is no catch. This is the new system. This is how your wealthy reality operates. It functions on grace. Your struggle was a requirement for the old program. In this new program, struggle is an error message. It is a sign that you are attempting to operate from your old conditioning. The correct action is to stop, quiet your mind, and wait for the feeling of flow to return, showing you the path of least resistance. You are the master architect, and the plans have just been delivered. Chapter 5, The Sovereignty Activation. The new reality of wealth you have entered is not a passive inheritance. It is a kingdom, and you must now consciously and physically activate your authority as its ruler. This is the sovereignty activation, the moment you transition from being a recipient of destiny to being its author. This is a physiological and energetic event. The activation begins with your voice. Your words will carry a new weight, a new authority. When you state an intention, it will feel less like a request to the universe and more like a command. Practice this. Speak your desires aloud in a calm, declarative tone. Say, I am now embodying my wealthiest timeline. Say, all energies not aligned with my sovereignty must leave my space now. Feel the vibration of these words in your chest. This is not an affirmation, it is a decree. You will also discover a new power in your silence. Your presence alone will become a statement of power. The next stage of activation occurs in your spine. You may feel a sudden warmth or a tingling sensation at the base of your spine that rises up to the crown of your head. This is your central nervous system being recalibrated to handle a higher voltage of creative power. Your body is being rewired to become a conduit for pure creation. A new layer of activation will occur in your hands. You may feel a persistent warmth, tingling, or an electric sensation in your palms. This is your recognition that your hands are now potent instruments of creation and transmutation. What you build with these hands will last. The final, most crucial component of the activation is the claiming of your energetic space. For your entire life, you have been trained to be permeable. Now you must make your energy field impenetrable to all but that which you consciously invite in. Visualize a sphere of golden light around your body, extending out at least 10 feet in all directions. This is your new sovereign border. This border is intelligent. It is a living membrane that responds to your will. You can program it with specific parameters. For instance, allow entry only to energies, people, and opportunities that are in the highest alignment with my soul's purpose and my current mission. All other inquiries must be denied at the border. You can also program it to be a radiator of peace, transmuting any discordant energy that approaches it before it even makes contact. This is not just a shield, it is an active, intelligent, and benevolent customs agency under your direct command. Your energetic signature, the unique frequency you emit, becomes your new form of identification. Those operating on a similar sovereign frequency will recognize it instantly, creating effortless connections. Those on a lower, parasitic frequency will be repelled by it, unable to even approach your space. You will be tested on this immediately. Someone from your past will make a demand. Your ability to say a clean, simple, and guilt-free no is the final seal on your activation. A complete no, without a long explanation or apology, is a declaration of sovereignty. It informs the universe that you are the sole authority within your own reality. As this activation completes, you will look in the mirror and see a different person. Your eyes will hold a new depth, an ancient knowing. You will see a light behind your eyes that was not there before. It is the visible luminosity of your fully activated soul. Others will notice it, commenting that you look different or that you are glowing, unable to articulate the true spiritual event they are witnessing. You will carry yourself differently with an unshakable and quiet confidence that radiates from your core. This is not ego. Ego needs external validation and constantly compares itself to others. Sovereignty is its own validation and engages in no comparison. You are not becoming better, you are becoming what you always were before the trial began. You are reclaiming your original divine blueprint, your untraceable design as a co-creator of worlds. Chapter 6: The Disintegration of the Former Caste. As you anchor more deeply into your new reality, you must prepare for the departure of many people from your life. This is not a tragedy, it is a necessary and clean recalibration. The people in your life were not there by accident. They were part of the caste, assigned specific roles to facilitate your training. The perpetual victim who drained your sympathy was there to teach you about energetic boundaries. The narcissist who tried to diminish you was there to teach you about your own inherent worth. The constant doubter was cast to test the unwavering nature of your faith in your own vision. The benevolent saboteur who offered help that always subtly undermined your progress was a masterclass in discernment. They played their parts perfectly. Now that your training is complete and your show has wrapped, their contracts are up. They have no more lines in your new script. This disintegration will manifest in several ways. Some will instigate a conflict, creating a dramatic exit. Do not engage in the drama. You will find yourself watching their performance with a strange sense of detachment, as if you are in the audience, not on the stage with them. You will feel no emotional charge, no need to defend yourself. This emotional neutrality is your proof that you have graduated from that lesson. Others will simply fade away. Phone calls will stop. Texts will go unanswered. Plans will repeatedly fall through until there is only silence. You will feel a strange lack of grief, a clean sense of completion. These endings will not be messy or unresolved, as they were in the old reality. They will be energetically final, like a book being firmly closed, with no lingering chords or emotional residue. You are not losing a friend, you are releasing a co-worker whose project has concluded. The most challenging departures will be those who try to cling to you. They will sense the immense power and light you now command, and they will want it for themselves. They will try to pull you back into old dynamics. They will not be able to perceive your new reality. To them, it will be invisible. Trying to explain your new state of being to them will be like trying to describe color to a person who can only see in grayscale. It is a futile exercise. Their perceptual equipment cannot process the frequency you now inhabit. They will accuse you of changing, and you must agree with them. You have changed. You have graduated. They are still in the old classroom, and you are no longer their classmate. Your refusal to engage with their outdated programming is your final act of compassion for them and for yourself. It is a non-verbal communication that the play is over. Do not try to drag them with you. You cannot. They have their own trials, their own scripts, their own auditions to complete. Your new role requires you to travel light. You are ascending, and you cannot carry passengers who have not earned their own ticket. The space these departures create in your life will not remain empty for long. It is being cleared to make way for your new circle, your true soul family. These are other graduates. When you meet them, there will be instant recognition, a feeling of coming home. Conversations will be effortless, supportive, and focused on creation and expansion. These connections will be characterized by a profound respect for each other's sovereignty and a shared commitment to the new blueprint. There will be no energetic entanglement, no codependency, no drama. Jealousy and competition are concepts that do not exist on this frequency. Instead, one person's success is felt as a victory for the entire collective, a raising of the tide that lifts all ships. These are not just friends, they are energetic allies, members of your new divine board of directors. Your purpose in each other's lives is not comfort based on shared history, but co-creation and mutual amplification based on shared destiny. Let the old cast go with silent gratitude. Their service to your evolution was invaluable, but their time in your reality is over. The curtain has fallen. Chapter 7, you are the director now. The final transformation is the most profound. You have passed the audition, you have walked off the old set, you have claimed your inheritance, and you have released the former cast. Now, you must accept your new title. You are no longer the actor hoping for a good part. You are no longer the protagonist reacting to the plot. You have been promoted. You are the director. This is the ultimate shift in power. Before, you manifested. You would put out a desire and hope the universe would arrange the pieces to bring it to you. That process is now obsolete. A director does not hope, a director decides. You do not ask for the scene to change, you command it. Lights. Camera. Action. Your word is now law in your own reality. The lag time between your intention and its physical manifestation will shrink until it is nearly instantaneous. This requires a new level of mental and emotional discipline. You cannot afford the luxury of a negative thought, a stray fear, or a moment of doubt, because the universe is now taking your orders with terrifying speed and precision. A fleeting thought of a long-lost acquaintance, and they will contact you within hours. This means you must become the ruthless curator of your own mind. This is your new work. Your emotions are no longer just feelings, they are the lighting and soundtrack for your production. Joy creates scenes of vibrant color and harmonious music. Fear creates scenes of dark shadows and dissonant chords. As the director, you are the absolute master of the emotional tone of your creation. You will also begin to consciously direct other aspects of your production. You will engage in casting, choosing who gets a speaking role in your life. You will manage wardrobe, finding yourself drawn to clothes and colors that reflect your new sovereign frequency. You will conduct script revisions. For example, if you have a difficult conversation that ends with a feeling of discord, you do not have to carry that energy forward. Later, in a state of calm, you can close your eyes and rerun the scene. You visualize the conversation going exactly as you intended, with words of clarity and understanding, ending in a state of mutual respect and peace. You feel the positive emotions of this revised outcome in your body. This is not delusion, it is a quantum editing tool that recalibrates the energetic imprint of the event on your timeline. It neutralizes the negative charge of the original event and broadcasts a new, higher vibrational signal into your future, preventing the discord from creating negative echoes. The feeling of being responsible for everything, which once felt like a heavy burden, will now be understood as a simple fact of your creative authority. You will no longer look for signs from the outside world to validate your choices. You are the one who issues the signs. A flock of birds flying overhead is not a message for you, it is the set dressing you subconsciously ordered to complement the scene. An unexpected challenge is not a disaster, it is a plot twist you wrote into the script to make the victory more compelling. You see the entire narrative arc, so nothing can truly throw you off course. The system no longer happens to you. It responds to you. You will notice that reality itself has become more pliable, more fluid. It will seem to wait for your instruction. When you walk into a room, the energy will shift to match your frequency. This is not about controlling others. That is the old paradigm. This is about being so completely in command of your own energy that the world organically rearranges itself to be in harmony with you. There is nothing left to learn, nothing left to heal, and nothing left to wait for. Your Actors Union card has been revoked. You cannot go back to playing small parts in other people's dramas. The old reality will seem dull, slow, and meaningless. Any attempt to re-engage with it will feel physically draining and spiritually dissonant, a powerful biological feedback system pushing you to stay in the director's chair. The promotion is permanent. The training is over. The trials are complete. Your new, wealthy reality is not coming, it is here. It is waiting for your direction, your first instruction, your first command. The set is quiet. The crew is waiting. The camera is rolling.